Hi. Sorry it took me so long to get this done here. Um, I have made some changes. I think this will be easier. I want to go through this in kind of different steps so you don't have so much to learn. Right now, I have the Access document open, and oh, I apologize. I'm not totally set up here. Hope that's okay. One thing really important is you need to use Word 2016 for Windows. That's very important. And change to make sure that we're using styles. You'll notice you can no longer change anything. The font, all of that's disabled. The only way you can format anything is to use styles. I recommend, see this um, button here? Click that, and a nice little panel will pop out, and that's actually easier to use. Um, and just to go through step by step, I think it'll be easier. I'll do a different video hopefully tomorrow. Um, But I think the first thing is this document, and I'll go through, um, was taken from an online version. It's basically an exact transcript. The only problem is some differences. Um, this is only meant for an instructional manual. There's no exercises involved. It's just pure instruction. So, for example, I guess you don't see it here. Yeah, if you go up a little bit. See here it says double click customers table. I mean that this is just specific to the online. It doesn't really manage for Access, so that's something we want to get rid of. But let's go by steps. One thing, and I have revisions done. Notice every lesson has this silly numbering in front. You can get rid of that, and I have revisions turned on just to be safe. So that's one thing, is go through. If you want to just do this all at once in different steps, delete the number here. If you see any kind of explanation lessons that there's no actual steps, like step 1, step 2, step 3, like this one, just ignore that for now. We can come back to that later. Here's what I wanted to show you. Go down, go down. Okay, so once again, I delete the number. You see that? And something you want to do is just read it really carefully and make sure there's nothing in here that is kind of specific, like it's really talking about a file or if it feels online. So the open tab appears. I think that's always going to happen. All of this is true. Now we get to this point, and this is where it's important. If you read this stuff, and I highlight it here, double click customers table. Well, there is no customers table. If you understand, this is just instructions how to open a database. It's not about anything specific. So we need to delete these paragraphs, but I want to show you something important too that I didn't realize while I'm doing this. Notice as I'm highlighting these, this picture itself is also highlighted. That is because this picture is called anchored. And see the little anchor thing? So watch what happens if I delete this. Okay, you can't see it, unfortunately, because I have revisions on. Go back. But the picture itself would be deleted with the text, and we don't want that to happen. I didn't talk about this, but what you can do is see the little object anchor. Come on, come on. Why is it not lit? Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, you can move it to a different paragraph. So I'm going to move it to number 6. See that? And bam, I go ahead and delete these paragraphs because they're too specific to an exercise. Okay, let's go back. Now that an edit has been made, let's save. This is fine. Now, one thing important here, and this is new. This is called command text. It's supposed to be used anytime we're telling the user to do something. However, never mind. Okay. Okay, this is also, it's a little subjective, but we have revisions on. Like we're trying to make it so it's not so wordy. Like the file is saved, doesn't really need to be there, so I'm deleting that. Go to the next page. There again, I get rid of the 3. Okay. Anytime you see this kind of text, let's change. We're kind of talking about an example. Um, um, you should get rid of that. So navigation pane, that makes sense by itself. So I delete that. I think most of what you'll be, well, actually all, I think for this exercise, for this first pieces, you'll just be deleting it. Um, yeah, I guess that's okay. It's not too specific. So go down. Hmm. I'm going to have to come back to this, and that's why we're using revisions. I think there needs to be some more text here, but let's keep going down. Go to the next one. Yeah, I mean, this is all kind of visual feedback. So delete that. You can see I'm just barely kind of have a long way to go with this document. I think, honestly, that's probably good for right now. Let me just do one more. Um, all right. This is a typo, but I don't expect you to know that. This is where it's a little difficult for me. Is I can't expect you to know some things right away here. Um, just for now, get what you can. Here we have the employees table. Again, that's a specific to exercise. I mean, they're not even where it's there. Now it closes. And really all of this stuff is specific to the exercise. So we delete it. I think that's good enough for now.